West Florida Baptist Academy opened its doors in 1979 as Stewart Street Baptist. One of the staff members there to greet the students was Mrs. Teresa Sellier. She has been a vital part of our school since the very first day.
In the beginning of our school in 1979, Ms. Sellier has always been an asset to our ministry, vital part of it. She started as a reading machine operator, plus she drove a bus to pick up kids every day in school, and so she's been a tremendous blessing to this ministry all these years. She started teaching first grade, and then in 1982 she taught a combined class of first and second graders, and ever since then she's taught our first grade and she's taught many students, and so she's done a great job here in this ministry for us and the Lord.
In 1987, Stewart Street Baptist moved to Highway 90 and changed its name to West Florida Baptist Academy, and Mrs. Sellier moved right with them. Not only has she been faithful and constant through the changes at our church and at our school, she's been completely dedicated and faithful to the Lord for 2 generations.
Mrs. Sellier holds a special place in my heart. I was able to be part of her very first grade class that she ever taught at Stewart Street at the time. And I just remember how silly and fun she was as a teacher back then, and she still is today. And my kids have had the opportunity to be in her class, and Taylor and Wyatt have both gone through first grade with her, and we're able to share those same fun, silly memories. We're thankful for just the impact she's had on our family, and it's just so neat to see how one lady can have such an impact on several generations.
Mrs. Sellier always brought a sense of urgency to the classroom. She had her own methods of doing everything, but she was always wanting to improve. Her only desire was to make sure that each student had a great start into their elementary education.
I have known Teresa Sellier for 30 years, and to say she's unique would be an understatement of her. She has very creative ways of fixing her classroom. The one thing that I always admired about her and saw that she did every year is when I was up here working during the summer, she was supposed to be home enjoying her summers, but she had to have worked all summer long to get everything done that she did. To put up in her classroom, the bulletin boards, all of the different things that she would put up. She even came up with unique ways of getting these children to learn, and that was her way of demonstrating how much she loved her children. Every year I would watch her come in before anyone else was ever in here, and she was always getting everything up and getting ready, and she was very, very creative in how she did this, and it just showed how much she loved her students.
Any student who went through first grade in our school for the last 37 years will remember Mrs. Sellier. She will be remembered for her loud, exciting attitude and colorful ways of teaching. One thing that can never be said about her is that she was boring.
When it was my birthday, Mrs. Sellier picked me up and started swinging me around.
I remember on first grade and Valentine's Day, I asked Miss Sellier to marry her, but she's married already, so too bad.
She let us chew gum when she taught us how to blow bubbles with it that day, and I loved it.
On 50s Day, she would have all of the guys come to the front of the classroom, and the girls would get to hold their hand, and they would spin them around, and we all danced, and it was really fun.
My favorite memory was probably the spanking machine. On your birthday, she'd have people line up, and the guys would get to go through for the girls, and you just basically run through the machine as they hit you with rollers.
I remember about Mrs. Sellier was whenever we were in class, there were 2 classmates and they couldn't get out of their seats, so she put like seat belts on them, but they were like little bean bags, so that was kind of weird, but it worked. So
Miss Sellier was definitely my favorite teacher. She was hilarious, and we always had a great time in her class.
Mrs. Sellier's fun and creative ways of learning make her an unforgettable part of so many students' lives. There is no doubt that the greatest legacy she will leave behind is the love that she had for each and every one of her students.
I can't tell you the amount of conversations that I've had with Mrs. Sellier that have ended with her in tears because of the love that she has for her students and because of her desire for them to succeed.
I wish you could see the amount of students that walk this hallway every day, stop right here at this door, walk into this classroom to give their first grade teacher a hug, and to hear from her how much she loves them.
Mrs. Sellier, there's no doubt you can never be replaced, and you certainly will not be forgotten. On behalf of our school and hundreds of parents and students, we want to say thank you.